Hello and welcome to the second video of this tutorial series. In this video I will show you how to load your ADE project into the new flight simulator. First of all, please note that there is no official release of Airport Design Editor for the new flight simulator yet. This tutorial might make it easier for you to use the familiar ADE because you don't have to fully work with the new scenery editor. So to start here in ADE, I have loaded my project in here. Well, I've created one. I've loaded the stock airports from P3D, and as you can see here, I've created my background image and tweaked some of this. So as a general note, you have to know that the generic buildings will not load. So you have to add your own ones using the objects tab in the new scenery editor in the simulator. But to be honest, nobody will really use the old P3D building, so that's okay. So here we have the good old taxiway cross that I've been working on the last video already, and I did the same thing here because by default ADE will automatically create these lines, but they won't be loaded in the new simulator. So we have to add these, and we have to add some manually later in the simulator. Another thing I've noticed is that the taxiways actually work, which I will show you when we loaded it in the sim. All the parkings will work, but we obviously got some more features in the new simulator, so we can tweak some of these when we're on the simulator. The aprons will work just fine. You can also then edit the textures that you want to change using the material editor and the properties. The start positions will work. Another thing here, this will work. The runway, I left it at the default. Because it doesn't really offer that many things that you have in the new simulator, so I just let it default, and I would change the runway in the simulator. The lights should all be the same. I've tweaked this peppy light, so that doesn't really have to be replaced in the simulator later on. So we'll keep on working on this, and once I'm happy to show you the end result, which is not going to look too different now, I will show you how to go on. So once you're done with all the editing and all the things you kept in mind, you can start compiling the scenery. And in here it's very important to go to more options, and where you have save XML file, you've got to save a specific folder. So you can do that on the desktop, for example. Just gonna do that. Close that because you only need the XML. Click compile, and the airport is compiled. Then if you open the XML file, you will see that we've got some exclusion rectangles in here. And in here we have all the airport stuff: runway, lights, approach lights. So what I'm just gonna delete from out of here are the exclusion rectangles and save it. Then if you go into this flight simulator, and with a new created project where you have already created a polygon with terraforming enabled, we can now add a new object. That can be any object, just an air starter unit, for example. Place it here, and then make sure you click on Save Scenery again, and call this just the same as the one that you've compiled in ADE. And then the scenery is saved. I'm just gonna save the project one more time. And then the very last step you do is just pasting the compiled ADE XML file and replace it with the new created XML file from the simulator. And now if you open the project again and load that into the editor, you will notice that we have some taxiways here in the runway and everything there is. So that's just the same as I've created it in ADE. All the parking lots are working, the taxiways are here, the runway is there, the holding short stuff is here, the taxiway signs are here. And now what we can do is fine-tuning everything to our like. So that also means we can adjust the textures of the taxiways. We can edit all the positions and configure runways, for example. So there's loads of things you can do now, and also adding all the scenery objects you like. As you can see here, the PAPI lights got the correct position. They're slightly off, but that can be changed easily. And as I've said before, you can see here that the taxi lines won't be automatically created as you've seen in the preview in ADE. So here we have all the nice taxi lines, but not here. We do have the center line though, as you can see here. So that's why I've created these extra taxiway points so that I can manually do this. If you want to see this in more detail, you can check out my other tutorial I recently uploaded, as well as for aprons, so that's why I'm not gonna talk about the aprons for too much longer now. But what I'm gonna say is that you can edit these, of course, and the parking lots as well. So if you just go on properties, you can see everything you would like to change. And that's pretty simple, to be honest, so I don't really have to talk about this too much. And adding all the scenery objects isn't something that is very complicated either, and is something I've kind of covered in my other tutorial again. So I hope this has helped. I'm just going to show you how I compile the project and how it looks in the simulator. So exporting is very simple again. You just click on here. First of all, you check your BGL if the paths are alright, using the inspector. So you have your package sources and data. It's a BGL type, it's got that name, it's all saved. It's actually not saved, so you save the scenery again, so all of your progress has been saved. And then if you go to your package again, you just click on build package and it will build your package. So that has been done now. Let's see what it looks like in the compiled version. Here's the compiled version of our package that we just built, and as you can see, everything seems to be working. The parking lots here are fine because I didn't put any aprons below them, so that's okay. And general here, that's all working nicely. The aprons work, the taxiways work, the runway works. This bit where here works as well. The lines are working, the taxiway signs are working. Everything seems to be working. I hope this was helpful to you and made editing airports a little easier. There also will be an official update for Airport Design Editor soon, which will make this even more simple. But for now, this gives you an idea to save more time. Let me know what you think about it. Bye for now.